You're in the shower. The water is running, but you're not there. You're in the middle of an argument you'll never have. You're delivering the perfect comeback to someone who hurt you 3 years ago. You're accepting an award. You're confessing your feelings. You're saving someone. You're the hero of a story no one else can see. And then someone knocks on the door. And just like that, the world you built collapses. You're back, wet, standing in a bathroom, a little embarrassed, a little lost. Sound familiar? You're not broken, but there is something worth understanding here. Because what you just did, that invisible cinema playing in your mind, it's not random. It's not laziness. It's not just boredom. It's your brain trying to tell you something. And today, we're going inside the psychology of people who imagine fake scenarios, why they do it, what it costs them, and what it quietly reveals about their inner world. Stay with me, because if you've ever lived more inside your head than in your actual life, this one is going to feel very familiar. Let's start with what's actually happening in your brain when you do this. Psychologists call it mental simulation. Your brain is rehearsing. It's running a kind of internal software test, trying out emotional responses, outcomes, and scenarios before they happen in real life. This is completely normal. Athletes do it. Surgeons do it. Writers, leaders, and inventors have done it for centuries. Your imagination is not your enemy. But here's where it gets complicated. For some people, the simulation never stops. The mental movie keeps playing even when they're in a meeting, even during dinner, even when someone they love is sitting right across from them, trying to have a real conversation. The daydreams become richly detailed, entire alternative realities with consistent characters, evolving storylines, and emotional worlds that feel more vivid than the room they're sitting in. And the world outside starts to blur. Psychologists have a name for this. It's called maladaptive daydreaming, a pattern where a person becomes so immersed in their imagination that it begins to disrupt their work, their relationships, and their sense of reality. The term was first coined by psychologist Eli Sommer in 2002. And what makes it different from ordinary daydreaming isn't the content, it's the pull. You don't drift into it, you get dragged. There's a strong, almost uncontrollable desire to keep going, to not come back. And over time, this inner world doesn't feel like an escape anymore. It starts to feel like home. So why does the brain do this? Why would anyone choose a world that isn't real? Because for many people, the real world stopped feeling safe a long time ago. Research consistently shows higher rates of childhood trauma, neglect, and adverse experiences among those who develop this pattern. The fantasy world becomes a refuge when reality feels threatening or deeply unsatisfying. Think about that for a moment. The child who was lonely built imaginary friends. The teenager who was rejected built a world where they were chosen. The adult who never felt heard built conversations in their head where someone finally listened. This isn't delusion. This is survival. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. The emotions feel just as true. The relief feels just as real. So of course you go back. Of course you keep building. The mind found a door to somewhere softer, and it learned to walk through it whenever the pain got loud enough. But here's what no one tells you about that door. The longer you live on the other side of it, the harder reality becomes to tolerate. What begins as a healthy escape can quietly become a behavioral addiction, one that prevents you from engaging with and improving your actual life. You rehearse conversations you'll never have. instead of having the real ones. You imagine being understood instead of asking to be. You live out your dreams in your head instead of taking the first frightening step toward them, and the gap between the life in your mind and the life in front of you grows wider and lonelier. This is the hidden cost of living inside your own head. Not that you're crazy, not that you're weak, but that the very thing protecting you from pain is also protecting you from everything else, from real connection, from real failure, from real growth. So what do you do with this? The first step is not to shame yourself for it. If you spend hours inside imaginary worlds, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means something was missing for you. And your mind, brilliant and resourceful as it is, found a way to fill that gap. But now, you get to ask the harder question. What is the scenario I keep returning to? What does it give me that I haven't allowed myself to seek in real life? Is it control? Is it love? Is it justice? Is it finally being seen? The content of what you imagine is not random. It points directly to the unmet needs living quietly inside you. And those needs deserve real answers, not imaginary ones. Healing doesn't mean shutting down your imagination. It means learning to bring some of that energy back into the world. To have the conversation instead of rehearsing it. To take the step instead of simulating it. To let real life, messy and imperfect as it is, become a place worth showing up for. You are not too much. You are not strange. You are someone whose inner world became so rich because the outer world once let you down. But you don't have to live there forever. The most beautiful stories aren't the ones you write alone in your head. They're the ones you stumble into, the ones that surprise you, the ones that are real. And you, with that extraordinary mind of yours, deserve a real one. If this video made you feel seen, share it with someone who lives a little too much inside their head. They need to hear this too. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now. We go deep into human psychology every week, and you don't want to miss what's coming next.